निर्वेद ओडिशा को सब्सक्राइब करंतु आउ बेल आइकन को दबांतु आउ पांतु नवा वीडियो अपडेट्स जता शीघ्र।
Thank you and Jai Hind everyone. At the outset, it's my privilege and honor to be here and sharing some of my experience and opinion, and I am happy for that. But since morning we have been discussing why do you need an intellectual movement, what is the need for that, and what are the strategy and method one need to follow to construct an intellectual movement. So from my point of view, I think this job is quite hard. Even it is hard, still I will put some of my viewpoint. Unanimously, we all have agreed that there is a need of intellectual movement in state like Odisha. Why? Because since time immemorial, if you analyze the history, polity and society of Odisha, of course there is a vacuum, and that has to be filled by the intellectual from our community, our society. 4-5 things are there in my mind, what I think it will be good to share with everyone. It's not kind of suggestions or any sort of comment, rather it's kind of discussions. I think you all should have a different kind of opinion and thought process. One thing I must be reiterate at these junctures, once I joined in the college, I have been teaching there. The students are always coming to me since they know me. I have been talking for their right. I have been teaching the Phule Ambedkar philosophy in colleges, and because of that, they are familiar with me, and they, I think, feel too safe to talk all these things with me. Once they came to me and they said that, sir, whenever you are speaking this ideology or Phule Ambedkarite movement or any intellectual movement which talks about emancipation, democracy, justice, ideas or right, liberty, most of the time there is always a constant kind of threat. How to face that threat or how to face that problem? So my observations is, first things, there is clear-cut lack of support things. Support in the sense, we do not have any kind of coherent kind of unity or support system. And Ambedkar has rightly pointed out, we need also manpower. That manpower is lacking. Different groups are there, different kind of organizations are there. They are fighting for the same objective, but when the problem will arise, they will be sidelined themselves from the problem. Eventually, those will be in the mainstream or the main line. They will face the catastrophic kind of repercussions. So that is one of the points the student raised. So that is the fear factor that has to be addressed through this intellectual movement. We need to be like the support system or backbone kind of things whenever there will be any kind of movement, any kind of movement or any kind of protest kind of things. That I observe. Another important things, every now and then different people are there, they are writing different kind of literatures, they are speaking for the rights of downtrodden, they are speaking for the right of people. But what is happening, we are not getting a coherent kind of platform. There is a problem of synchronizations. If I am writing something on Ambedkar, that is fine. But when this writing will be like a solid kind of thing, when everybody will synchronize their idea, their thought process, their belief, I think that will be a solid kind of things to address whatever the problems are there in the society. And through this intellectual movement, I think that synchronizations could have been happened. Because many people are writing, for instance, in the morning session, someone is painting, different writers are there, they are writing on the literatures, but we do not have any kind of common platform. So my point is, that is the need of an hour, we need a common platform, thereby you can publish different kind of magazine, different kind of books. As Ambedkar was one-man army kind of thing, he was running 5 magazines. I think you all have that information and knowledge, but that things we are lacking behind in Odisha. At least monthly or 6-month basis we need to publish certain things on regular basis. Everybody should contribute something, because if something has been written in writing form, it will be sustained forever. Therefore that is the need of an hour, what I observe. Another important things, through this intellectual movement, and if intellectual movement will be built up over the period of time, we need to make people to understand the constitutional morality should be the social morality. Being a student of political science or teacher of political science, I must stick to this point. As long as constitutional morality is not visible practically among the people, I think to talking about intellectual movement or movement, any movement for that matter, it will not be a fruitful kind of thing. So that is one of my observations. Another important things, we need to create homogeneity. Homogeneity is one of the most important factor. Homogeneity must have been there. Different groups are there, different communities are there. They have different kind of problem, different kind of issues are there. That is fine. But somewhere or other, you need to gather in a common platform. We have to have that homogeneity on any basis. That basis could be, as Professor Aloysius sir was pointing out, reason and rationality should have been there. When we are talking about homogeneity, what could be our base for homogeneity? Reason and rationality. Because since we come from different kind of background, different kind of thought process, if reason and rationality will be the base, I think obviously we can build a common platform, and that will be like the backbone for our intellectual movement. Another important things, there is a school of thought in political science, behavioralism. It says, I think in post-behavioralism, it is there, whenever you are taking a professions, that professions has to be such a way that it should address the problem of society. I am ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ positions ରେ ଅଛୁ କିମ୍ବା କିଛି କାମ କରୁଛୁ, as a teacher, what should be my role? I should go to the society, I will speak to them, I will talk to them, I should always go hand in hand with society and people. Otherwise, your intellectuality or your writings will not help you. Unless or until you have that motive or mentality to be engaged with the society, I think intellectual movement will not sustain. That is one another observations of what is the way forward. Another important things, every now and then, through this intellectual movement, we have to conduct different kind of cadre camp. Since I joined in the college, I associated with BSP. Many times we organize a different kind of cadre camp in Bargat districts, and there is a good kind of result I have experienced through my activism. Many people are there, they wanted to do something different, but they are lacking the ideology. Because once you listen something, or once you heard something, that will not last forever. If there will be cadre camp, proper cadre camp, I think people will be motivated. They will be motivated enough to do something different, and they will engage themselves committedly. So that is one of my observations. Cadre camp must be there every now and then. Another important things is that as Sir was pointing out, whether you are annihilating the caste or perpetuating the caste, solidarity must have been there from different segment of the group, like Dalit, Adivasi, tribes, women, third gender, whoever the vulnerable community, there should be solidarity to address each and every issues. The intellectuals movement or intellectual people should work on that. If they will work on that platform, obviously there is a scope and there is always space for intellectual movement in state like Odisha. And finally, I will conclude by saying that, as Marx has rightly pointed out, the philosopher's job is not confined to explain, but we need to somewhere let us take a pause, think how to change it. And as we have gathered here since morning, I think this is an epitome for discussing how to change the society, how to change the state, and vis-a-vis how to change the country. With that note, once again I thank you everyone for patience hearing, and I also thank you Ratnakumar Dada for giving this beautiful opportunity. Thank you, Jai Bhim.